Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sim racers of all ages, welcome to Mid-Ohio. This is where dreams are made, egos are crushed, and well, these virtual bumpers get bent. 30 minutes of straight-up mayhem incoming on one of the twistiest, trickiest road courses on this side of the Midwest. Welcome in here to Stam Studio Network. My name is Sean Stam, and we're going to have a great race on our hands here tonight. I hope you got your drinks, your snacks prepared, not going to want to leave the seat. Let's take a look at this starting grid here tonight. Oh boy, Colby's. Stone Nico slapping it on that front row. Got Joe Rainey going to be right there with them. Slater also P4, Jake Steckler, Darren Colby, Victor Ling, Daniel Higgins, Warren Johnson, Jason Holcomb, rounding out our 10-driver field here tonight. As we get things just about ready to get kicked off, take a look at, I believe this is, we got 13 turns here tonight. It's a great day for racing. We're going to head 2 wide into turn 1 there, and then we're going to it's going to funnel down into the keyhole there you see on the bottom left side of that track map. We're going to head up through Thunder Valley, head through the S's, then Thunder Valley, then make our way through the carousel. I cannot wait to get this race started here tonight, and I bet you who else can't wait? Stone Colby, Nico Colby. You see it on the bottom scroll down there below. I believe it. Nico Colby was also right off of a podium finish. Slater was right there with them as well. So we're gonna get 2 wide for this whole pace lap, get our engines and tires up to operating temperature, and we're gonna bring this race, some green flag racing here on Stam Studio Network. I thought we had a little shorter pace lap there for a second, but nope. We're gonna keep things at the whole track. This is, man, how many miles are we working with here today? I think it's 3 miles on this road course. It's I think the turn to watch is definitely going to be the keyhole. Turn 2. It's perfect for those bold dive bombs or completely blowing your race, especially on this restart. The cooler tire temps, cooler brake temps as well. We're just a few moments away from getting everything kicked off here on Stam Studio Network. I'm Sean Stam. I appreciate everybody joining here in YouTube chat to get some live action of the Apex Motor Club Sim League. Not the real life race that we have in the old Arizona Apex Motor Club, but it's going to be close enough to it here. iRacing simulating just about everything down to the T. We got laser scanned tracks, laser scanned cars as well. I believe, 155 horsepower on these Mazda MX-5s. We're going to have to watch these 2 Colby brothers down into turn 1. Things could get a little spicy here. Can have Joe Rainey, Slater Colby, Jake Steckler, Darren Colby, Victor Ling, Daniel Higgins, Warren Johnson, Jason Holcomb. Right there with our drivers. Only 10-driver field here tonight, but I think that's all we need at, we call it this short track of road course racing here tonight. Get up on your fans, both those cardboard cutouts in iRacing as well as everybody there in YouTube land. We got some green flag racing coming at you from Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. 30 minutes of the Apex Motor Club. Here we go, already looking 3 wide here for turn 1. Who is that just blows the corner? Joe Rainey finally gets his spot back. Right now we got Stone Colby working away with the race lead. Unfortunately, that was Nico Colby who went a little wide there in turn 1, loses the spots. Here comes Darren Colby looking down the middle, 2 to 3 wide. They're going to settle at through turns 3 and 4. And now as we head down and through the S's, that's a little wide for Jake Steckler goes around. Huge contact on that Mazda MX-5. It's going to be a quick repair for the 42, but he's unfortunately going to spin around. We'll get right back to our battle for the race lead. Here's Stone Colby leading Slater Colby. Got Joe Rainey right there with him as he took a little bit more careful approach on that start. God, that was close. We're seeing everybody there in YouTube chat, your reaction to it here. And Darren Colby now looking to the inside of Nico Colby. A little Colby on Colby action here. This couldn't get much better than this, and I think already we got to cut to those driver cams because we have every single one of them here tonight regarding those Colbys. Darren up in the top right as he makes the move there on Nico in the top left driver cam. Just coming to complete lap 1 here through this next set of turns, and we're hopping on board with Nico Colby here. Got the naked guy with the hearts on his boxers, hopping on board with Nico, and then we'll look out the back bumper of Darren Colby here as he gets a massive shove from Nico. Teamwork. You're going to try to make this dream work happen here at Mid-Ohio. That's, I think, really the only straightaway that we're going to have for you to make that Colby on Colby action work. Here's battle for P2. Slater still holding off Joe Rainey as he's still right on Slater's right back bumper. So we're going to start to complete lap 2 here, or come to start lap 2. I'm liking what I'm seeing for Joe Rainey so far. He was extremely fast in practice, just barely being beat out at qualifying at the last second, and he started P3. He's right back to it, and man, let's take a look at that race restart. That got a little wild as Joe Rainey tries a dive bomb here coming into the S's. Alrighty, this is 2x2 on this race restart, and it was fairly clean until the 3 wide occurred, and I think Nico just unfortunately gets the worst of it here. This is going to be the purple and black MX-5 are looking around the outside, and it's just not enough grip and possibly a little netcode contact there for the 52 between the number 25, Slater Colby. Warren Johnson saying, all right, I'm trying to get my way through here as fast as possible. Warren's also having himself, oh, it was a nice run until I think he just had an incident of his own. Speaking of Warren Johnson, he now makes the pass on Jason Holcomb, who is now in 10th spot. Let's hop on board and see what happened to Warren here. Oh, just runs a little wide, and that was a lot worse than what I saw there in the timing and scoring. Warren, he's going to make this work. He's still sitting P9 on track where he started this race at, having himself a nice run. Melina, Birch, who else we got? Leanne, Jordan, Logan. We got the whole crew here tonight in YouTube chat. Appreciate every single one of you joining in here as we continue to see Stone Colby start to work away with our race lead. Slater still P2. Joe Rainey, he tried to make the dive bomb going into the S's, and I think he's just, he's kind of making himself, it's making up for it right now for Joe Rainey. He's got Daniel Higgins just 2 seconds behind. And how about this? This is another great battle here still between Darren and Nico. Darren still holding off Nico Colby. How about it? I mean, we have seen the pace race in or race out from Nico is there. Now Nico looks down the inside of Darren. Also, I believe this is into the S's. That's not really a passing opportunity that I can make work, but Nico's showing us all how it's done here tonight as he works his way back up to P5. And remember, what we do have pretty common in the Apex Motor Club Wednesday night series races, Joe likes to throw a little midway competition caution in this thing, so as Nico steadily works his way back up to the front, count me on it right here. Do not count out Nico Colby here just yet. Slater Colby continuing to close the gap to Stone Colby, our race leader. And real quick shout out to race leader Stone. We were talking after, I think that was last 86 challenge race. We're going to get some real life vinyl stickers on his Apex Motor Club MX-5. Same thing, Slater, if you want him. Joe Rainey has said that he will also take some license plate size. And speaking of Slater, oh, he was looking down the inside. Once again into, this is through China Beach here, then coming up through the S's. I thought we'd see a Slater dive bomb there, but Stone is still able to hold him off. It's not going to take long, though. His contact between the two Colby brothers, and this is just continuing to allow Joe Rainey to reel in our two front leaders. Once again, the twisty, tricky road course that is Mid-Ohio. It's one of my favorites for a reason. It's perfect for these bold dive bombs, or once again, just completely ruining your race. Something that we haven't seen between Stone, Slater, and Joe Rainey just yet, but as this battle starts to continue to get a little tighter between our top three, could we see some contact, as it was already a bump and not a run for Slater at the back bumper of Stone. Here we go back into turn one, and this is once again dive bomb corner, the keyhole we are heading into now. Turn two, watch for Joe Rainey to possibly make a move here. Even though he's 4 or 5 car lengths back. Yeah, well, he's going to make me bite my own words there, but yeah, look, he closed it down to at least 2-3 car lengths back, and I don't think I'd count out Joe Rainey out for this race lead just yet either, as Daniel Higgins only 3.5 seconds back. Well, these top three are working their way and kind of running away from Daniel Higgins, that P4 spot. I think Joe Rainey right now, he could be faster than Slater, but I think Slater is faster than Stone, so it could be just an accordion effect right now, and it's also how hard are you driving your MX-5? Trust me, these guys have all the real life time behind these cars, as well as in the sim, and I think that they know this tire model a little bit better than I do, so we could possibly see Stone just try and save as much tire as he can as he continues to fight his butt off for the race lead here in that overstockvehicles.com number 8 Mazda MX-5. I say that though, but I really think Stone is just, he could be already sweating 8 minutes into this race, trying to hold off his brother as well as Joe Rainey, Sim League owner here in Apex Motor Club. Liking what I'm seeing out of the Overstock Vehicles number 8, or overstockvehicles.com number 8 for Slater, Stone at Colby, as he continues to hold off Slater. Joe Rainey is going to be right there with him. And how about this? Daniel Higgins, I mentioned it last time we were talking about the old top three, and well, the gap is retained about the same. Just that 3.5 second gap is, if there is some possible contact between our top three, look for Daniel Higgins to be right there. Here we go once again. Speaking of contact, Slater's going to get ever so closer here. He's going to look down the inside of Slater. This is Stone Colby now dropping back to P2. Slater Colby in the 25. Goodness gracious, so much Colby action here tonight. Finally able to make it work, and we could possibly see Slater start to run away with this thing, as right now looking like the fastest car on the racetrack. Slater, look at how calm he looks too. It's cool, calm, and collected out of the driver number 25, that bottom left driver camera. Man, I would be sawing on the wheel right now. I'd be wiping the sweat off my forehead, and now it's just locked right now for Slater as he takes the race lead and he starts to run away with it now through the S's. But look at Joe Rainey. He's just a 1/10 of a second right behind Stone there. Getting some good battles all throughout the pack right now, but right now gonna have to stick on board with the race lead, because look at this, Stone once again. He's gonna try the inside line this time into the keyhole. That is my favorite turn to make a move work, and he does just that. No contact between Joe Rainey, Slater Colby going around. Unfortunately, not able to keep it straight. The damage will fix itself right away. Joe Rainey, man, it's just been an awful, awful season after a driver that has had so much pace. Let's take a look, see what happened between these two drivers. So this was after, this is Stone working his way down in turn 2, and just contact made. Oh, it's so tight. Possibly a racing incident. We're going to have to take another look or two at it here. Yeah, and I actually think Slater, that wasn't a weave into Joe to say, what the hell? That was a weave to try and straighten him right back out. And here we go once again, Slater on to the wider line of the racetrack where there is definitely less grip, where those marbles have accumulated. No contact yet, except right here on corner exit, and call that on who you want. I'm going to keep my spot up here in the booth and call that one a racing incident. Alrighty, well, it's not just halfway just yet, but what Joe Rainey is doing here, a little competition caution. We're going to get these guys all bunched right back up together. Of course, going to keep the same positions that we had coming into this yellow flag, because we still have bumpers flying. This is going to get good. It'll be Stone Colby who will lead us to the start-finish line here out of turn number 13. Here we go once again. This time it's going to be Stone. Darren Colby with a little bit of a jump on the restart here as he works his way up to P number 1. Here we go once again. And are we at full speed? No, we're still waiting for a couple more drivers. But right now, Darren, how about that in the all timing and scoring charts? Works his way up to P1. Are we inverting the grid? Did I just sound like a wounded doggy? Holy. Okay. Sorry, that caught me off guard here. I think we're actually going to invert the race grid. So these drivers that were, 10th will now be race leader, and then who was up front will now be 10th place. This is going to get pretty good, and stick with us here. This is your one chance to take a little drink or a snack. I'm going to take a little drink of my own here because I definitely need one. And right when I do, green flag comes out. Warren Johnson gonna lead us into the keyhole. Jason Holcomb, Darren Colby going mirror to mirror, side by side, coming out of turn 2, heading down into our long straight away here today at Mid-Ohio. Got Jake Steckler, also Victor Ling. Here comes Stone Colby. Gonna have to make the draft start to work here, but Jason Holcomb, Darren Colby start to side draft one another. Call this Warren Johnson continuing to lead down into turns 4, 5, and 6. Too wide heading into turn 4. This can't end well. Jason Holcomb going off into China Beach. Joe Rainey keeping it on track as well as Stone Colby after a little contact there. How about it? The Sprite Mobile, number 24. He could possibly continue to lead this whole front lap. Back to our green flag racing. Here comes Jake Steckler leading our line of Mazda MX-5s. Nico Colby's right there with him. Here comes Stone Colby. Joe Rainey, do not count him out once again, as he has one of our fastest laps here on the circuit today. Hopping on board with Joe Rainey here as he works that outside line. That's right where we've seen the outside line not really have the grip here, as we saw that was Stone Colby losing the lead earlier on it, and then he used the inside line to get that lead right to the next lap. We're going to jump back on board with our leader Warren Johnson here as he continues to work this gap over Victor Ling. Is now 0.7 seconds. What we really have to watch right now is the fast drivers week in and week out. Nico Colby has worked his way around both Joe Rainey, Stone, and Slater. How about Darren up there, also P3? This is where, once again, where you can start to make some bump drafting work, but unfortunately, this is going to be the opposite of it here. Some side drafting. Matter of fact, all the room left between Victor Ling and Warren Johnson, but Victor is having to work hard on Warren Johnson here as he's got Darren Colby right there slowly starting to close this gap. This is for the final driver interview spot. Right now we're looking at Darren Colby as he starts to work his way around Jake Steckler and now through it and trying to get Victor Ling. This has been pretty fun, this top 10 inversion after that competition caution, as we have grass and turf being rooster-tailed out the back ends of these Mazdas. Here's Joe Rainey still trying to work his way up through the pack. That Rainey Homes Racing, number 17, still with a really nice lap on the field here today, a 36.06. Right now I'm showing that's the fastest lap on track. Here we go once again. This is basically a restart with how close these cars are back here further in the back of the pack. Joe Rainey going to look down the inside of turn 1. Might take the... Oh, there's going to be contact for Joe, and who is that as well? That's Nico Colby involved as he tries to save it. Hang on to it, Nico. Getting it back on the racing surface. Does both of these drivers? How in the world? Let's take a better look and see what happens, as that was some pretty heavy contact both between Colby and Rainey. Oh, we have Rainey taking flight, able to keep the car. still headed the right way. I don't know how. Here's a better look at it here. Oh, we're going to have to take an aerial cam shot. Was that either Nico taking a hard left or Joe taking a hard right across the front bumper? Let's take the SSN drone cam shot. Oh, this will be a perfect look here. So Joe, that's very vibrant yellow and black. Rainey Holmes Racing number 17. And, well, here we go. It's going to be a little bit of a Anaconda squeeze here. Oh, that was here. I'll fast forward it here. I'll save us some time. Here we go. Anaconda squeeze. Nico, I think, just moves a little bit left there on the track to try and open up this next corner. But that could possibly be Joe Rainey just not leaving enough room there for Nico on the track. Once again, call that on who you will. It could definitely go both ways. Speaking of both ways, Warren, he's been at the back of the pack here tonight. He finds his way up at the front after this top 10 inversion. Still holds off Victor Ling as Darren Colby right now goes a little wide and loses the spot to Stone Colby. Stone, our fastest driver, last lap by as he works his way into the final driver interview spot. Stone, after, Nico had gotten the spot on both Stone Slater earlier on, and then unfortunately that incident there with Joe Rainey. Stone, our highest running Colby at the moment. Victor Ling P2 as he continues to inch ever so closer to the back bumper of Warren Johnson. Warren, you better run, you better hide, because here comes Victor Ling looking down the inside. We could be looking 3 wide. Stone not close enough to it as Warren Johnson runs that outside line with a little bit less grip. Here comes Stone with a nice crossover. Isn't able to make it happen on the exit. Ooh, has to get hard on the brakes there for the driver, number 24 in front. Victor Ling, the driver of the number 9. Who does he have on the side there? Monster Energy got some Skechers there on that door panel as well. Warren Johnson says, don't count me out of this front battle just yet, as I'm still just a car length or 2 right behind you. Darren Colby still P4. Goodness, the gearbox is sounds like it's loving Victor Ling's downshifts right now. Is that even possibly going down into first or second there out of turn 13? Almost 2-minute 20 out of the 30-minute race. I'm going to treat you guys to the sights, the sounds. Crank this puppy up. Enjoy these Mazda MX-5s roaring around Mid-Ohio. I'll be right back with you up here in the booth. Alrighty, I can't take it. I'm biting my tongue up here in the booth. Man, Warren Johnson, he is fighting his life off right now, playing as much defense as I have ever seen. And it's clean as well. Driver number 24, he loses the lead after leading a lap or 2 there. And what could be losing the spot to Darren Colby as Darren inches ever so closer. And man, how about Slater? Where did he come from? Where did he go? Calling him Cotton Eye Joe as Warren runs off the track here just a little bit, heading into turn 1, trying to open up that apex. Is now Warren Johnson dropping now 7th, could be now 8th position as Jake Steckler has Slater Colby right on his back bumper. We're going to look 3 wide. Warren Johnson playing some more defense. I know Warren's wanting some NASCAR racing coming up in his offseason. He says he's never been behind the wheel of a stock car here in the sim. Well, it most certainly looks like it. Looks like you could tell when the runs and momentum were coming. If we do some super speedway racing, look for Warren Johnson to show himself. But Right now, we have some more side-by-side racing for the lead. This is Stone Colby now down the inside, headed into China Beach. What will be the S's next turn by. This is a crossover now for Stone. He couldn't hit the crossover on Warren Johnson earlier in the race, as he now has to concede the spot once again, but this is excellent battling for the race lead. No contact between our leaders. The sportsmanship, the racecraft here out of Apex Motor Club. You can't get much better than this here on Stam Studio Network. Victor Ling leading off. Stone Colby P2, Jake Steckler P3. We got Nico Colby in the grass, and now Warren Johnson around. Hard impact with those outside tires. Warren looks like he will get his Mazda MX-5 number 24 back moving and grooving, heading the right way. Unfortunate though with what a run that we did see Warren having here tonight. Only 8 minutes to go left from mid-Ohio. Ling, Colby, Steckler, Slater, then Darren back here, P5. Let's take a look at, I believe this is a Warren Johnson incident, happened a little earlier on in the race. Oh, this is when we're all slowing down. Okay, scratch that. So never mind, Warren, you are safe there from another incident. Apologies, just saw a wreck there in the timings and scoring, but some more important action on our screens right here. Stone Colby not going to give the huge, massive slipstream to Victor Ling out of these aerodynamically considered bricks in these Mazda MX-5s. Victor Ling going to look down the inside once again into China Beach, as now Victor goes very deep, able to just somehow able to keep his car on track, runs wide, has to pull the crossover right over Stone Colby's front bumper, able to make it stick. This is the number 9 leading the number 8, Victor Stone. Jake Steckler is right there with him as we are coming down to just a couple more laps to go. 4 minutes, probably 4 laps left in the race. How about Jake Steckler holding off Slater Colby? The pace, the racecraft of the Purple People Eater, number 25 this whole season in the 86 Challenge, as well as Apex Motor Club. No, that's getting a little deep, as I think that was an overreaction of Jake Steckler, and then Slater having nowhere to go. That was Victor Ling once again getting deep into the braking zone. We're going to come across the start-finish line, head into turn 1. Just, what are we looking at? 6 minutes to go left here from mid-Ohio. Victor Ling still holding off Stone Colby. I don't know how he's doing it. Gonna have to wipe off the sweats from everywhere at this point, as we have a slipstream battle here for our race lead, as well as call that first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Also some dual wide a little bit further in the back of the pack. Jason Holcomb is right there with Nico Colby. And Joe Rainey is also right with these drivers. Unfortunately, with what pace that we did see Joe Rainey having earlier in the race here tonight and that top 10 inversion, he finds his way back in P6 right now. But once again, some side-by-side into the same corner. Stone, he's able to make the outside line work once again. And here we have a little bump, little shove from the front bumper of Slater Colby to the back of Jake Steckler. Once again, I think this is kind of an accordion effect right now. The leader's starting to check up a little bit, and we're still looking too wide for 4th, 5th, and 6th place. Here's Joe Rainey leaning on Darren Colby's back bumper as we head up and down the S's. Oh no, that's Darren Colby going for a ride through the beach. Going to keep his car headed the right way, but he's going to lose out on the draft. You hate that for Darren. He was also having himself a really nice run tonight. Four and a half minutes left to go. Stone Colby, Victor Ling, Jake Steckler. This is, I think we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty here from one of my most favorite tracks in the sim. Stone, he continues to hold off Victor Ling as, well, Victor unfortunately gave that lead back up, and right now let's take a real quick look at it and see what's happened. See how Stone got that pass on Victor once again. You'll see why this is one of my favorite tracks here. in iRacing universe. There's so many passing opportunities, whether it's on the racing line or not. And there we see the overstockvehicles.com. It's this time not even on the racing line, around the outside, which switches back to the inside here on exit. Stone, just some really nice racecraft, and here we go again. This is 3 wide here from Mid-Ohio, setting it back to 2. Victor Ling still holding off Jake Steckler, but I thought Jake would possibly get the spot there. That number 42, Victor Ling, our biggest mover on the track right now. He's up 5 spots as we just now approach 3 minutes to go. Who do you have? Let me know down there in YouTube chat. Warren Johnson, I will join you up here in the booth here in just a few moments' time. We got Melina there as well. Terry Stam, Melanie, Leanne, Brandon Birch, Jordan, Rob Lowe. Got the whole gang here in YouTube land. Hey there, Warren, you got a copy? Alrighty, as we work on getting Warren up here in the booth real quick. I mean, my goodness, this battling for the race lead is continue. You once again can't get much better than this. Really quick here. Alrighty, that should fix that. Warren, you got a copy?
Can you hear me?
Hey, I do, man.
Yeah, there we go.
Unfortunately, I saw your incident earlier on, and I appreciate you joining me up here in the booth. I won't be able to get you the live screen here tonight, a little bit of things behind the scene, but man, walk us through your incident there, and it sucked because you were actually starting to lead some laps.
Oh, that was fun, man. These guys, we do that competition yellow, and we did reverse grid this time, and I suggested that at the back of the pack. And so it got a little confusing, but we made it work, and it was fun. That was honestly the most fun I've had on iRacing in a while. I told Stone I'm not going to give this one up easy, and I was making them fight for it. But these guys are just too good, man. These guys race on and off the real track. They just out there. It shows, man. It was fun. The incident, I don't know, I just lost a talent, and I was sweating. So. Yeah, but it was a great time, man. These guys are a blast to race with. So we got a good race here, man. Look at this battle for the lead. You know, any one of these cars can come in here and win this race, I feel like.
And man, Warren, you couldn't have picked a better time to join us because it is the white flag right now. Who do you got? Victor Ling now finds his way back out to the race lead. Stone Colby drops to P2. Slater right now P3. Joe P4.
Look at that. Yeah, Victor was able to hold it together there in P1. It goes a little wide there. Man, he's going to get past, I think, here on the straight. Maybe we'll see what kind of move. Maybe we can get it done under braking here.
Alrighty. Oh, there's contact. Victor Ling going around. Warren, I got you my screen last seconds here. We're going to jump back on Stone Colby, who gets the race lead right now. Going to have to take a replay of it. And right now, Nico Colby shoving Joe Rainey for the last time down our back straightaway. Here comes Nico Colby down the inside of Joe.
Nico's going to get it done here. He ain't going to let Joe just keep that position from him. Yeah, Joe's going to give him a little bump into that uphill section. That's a risky spot. Nico got a little loose there, but he's holding it together. He knows that car really well. What a final lap this is out here at Mid-Ohio, man.
Looks like Stone, he's got that 1.2 second gap. Looks like he does have what it takes, but right now it is between Nico Colby, Joe Rainey for P2. Also have a nice battle between Daniel Higgins, Jake Steckler as we come to the line. This is going to get tight here coming through the carousel for the final time, Warren. Is it going to be Nico, or does Joe Rainey have anything with a 3/10 second gap?
Joe's going to try something here. Look at him. He's gaining. He's going to try to put it through the grass. Oh, boy. Just not enough. Oh, my goodness.
What? He gave the spot back. What? Nico gave the spot back to Joe at the last second. Call that Joe Rainey P2. Stone Colby coming away with the race win. Slater P4. Oh my God!
Holy crap! You know, luckily this isn't a league race, so they're not going to get any points docked or anything from iRacing. I love those ending, man, and they make it fun. That was. Well, I wonder what happened with Nico there, giving up that spot. Maybe it was a slowdown or something, or
Either
who
slowdown
knows what
or the
happened.
point buy after something that happened earlier in the race. Right here is Victor Ling in the contact with the 25, and this is how Victor ends up losing his front running spot.
That was on Slater. Let's blame that on Slater. See, we're gonna give it to those guys. Man, that Victor was having fun out there in the front along with me, and wow, he's a great driver too. Every time we race with him, he's really respectful and a lot of skill out there. And man, that was a hell of a race though from here from Mid Ohio. Man, what did you think throughout the race? That was just great, man.
Goodness, I think you couldn't have joined here at a better time, Warren. You joined us there for the 2 laps to go, and then able to not only walk us through your incident there, but able to help me with that just crazy last lap where Stone Colby comes away with another race win. Joe Rainey P2 with Nico Colby once again given the spot back there at the final inch line before the start-finish stretch.
We'll have to find out what happened there with them in the interviews. But look at that. That's a great podium. Stone, Joe, Nico, then Slater, Daniel, Jake, Darren, Victor, Jason, and myself there in 10th. Man, that was just this is a great group of guys to race with. And man, I cannot wait for the next one.
Alrighty, we're gonna get down here in Victory Lane where we're gonna start with Stone. Stone, you got yourself a coffee?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, man. Congratulations on another win here in the season. I mean, it was a crazy race here tonight from Mid Ohio. If you can, walk us through it.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. Just got off to a good start, and unfortunately, I don't really know what happened to Nico going into the first turn right after the start, but he just got all messed up. And then halfway through, we did our slowdown, and we actually did a reverse grid, which made it a lot of fun. So coming through the pack, and then Victor and I had pretty good battles for a while, which allowed the group to catch back up. So it was more fun having, a 5-6 car pile up for, fighting for positions. But all in all, it was a good race. You have to counter steer the hell out of the car on that track, but no, it was a lot of fun.
A little driving, steering with that right foot as well. These Mazda MX-5s, one of my favorites to run here in the sim, and this track combo. You can't beat it, Stone. I know you got overstockvehicles.com on your Mazda here today. Anybody else that you'd like to shout out?
Vehiclebuyers.com, and Joe for putting it on, you guys for broadcasting, and we had a little bit lower of a turnout than we did on the last race, but it's still a lot of fun with the group of people that we have racing. So I'm just glad people show up every week and have some fun on a Wednesday night.
Well, thank you, Stone, and have a great rest of your night. And I do have some news for you. I'll chat with you here after the driver interviews.
Sounds good.
Alrighty, Stone, have a great rest of your night once again, and we'll hop down. I'll throw it down to Warren Johnson where he's going to have Joe Rainey, our P2 finisher.
How we doing, Joe? You got a copy, brother?
I am here.
Man, you know how to put on a good race, man. That was the most fun. I think that was the most fun I've had in a while. That reverse grid. We were fighting for our lives up there. But how was your race, man? Take us through it.
Yeah, the race was fantastic. We started. We took off, as you know, and then I think it was me and Slater. I think got tied up, and then we decided to do the reverse grid, and I think the reverse grid was it's just fun because you get a lot of wheel-to-wheel racing that you sometimes don't get in these groups. So I thought that was a good time and had a fun time tonight. It was one of the better, like you said, one of the better races we've done in a while.
Yeah, even with the just 10 or so people there, that was a blast, man. Doesn't get much better than that. I was happy that I suggested the reverse grid because it helped me out, and man, that was awesome up there. But you guys are so skilled in these cars, it's hard to even stay in the front. But man, what a race! Is there anybody you'd like to thank for your P2?
Oh, I'd like to thank you guys for showing up. And all the people that keep coming weekly to make it a good race. Like to thank Sean Stam and his network for putting it on and doing a good job with that. And and also thank Apex Motor Club that helps us with that, and that's about it. Oh, Rainy Homes Racing, which is just a big loser company. So that's that.
Can't forget. No, it ain't no loser company. Can't forget.
It doesn't make money. It's not a big money making company. Let's put it that way.
Oh man. Well, you do a good job. I've seen some of the homes you do. That you do great work. And I do have one more question. What happened there at the last lap across the finish line where Nico gave you P2? Was that something?
Nico basically he said it was payback for me giving him a podium one day.
Oh man. So
he's like, he let me by at the end.
I'm sure that has something to do with the real life racing.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we're just having a good time. I don't think any of us really care. At the end of the day, we're just having fun.
Exactly. Yeah, and you sure put on a fun race tonight. And I'm gonna hand it back to Sean for P3.
Alrighty, Nico, Colby, you got yourself a copy, man?
Yeah, got a copy.
I swear it's every week at this point. That's we're joining Nico Colby in the driver interview. This time it's for P3. It's kinda okay. Maybe we get a a better answer or answer from the man himself here. What happens? They're coming to the checkered flag. Looks like you gave the spot back to Joe Rainey for P2.
Yeah, that was for real life racing when he gave me podium in Apex Motor Club for the final race. So I wanted to give it back to him for that.
Oh man, that's special. What goes around comes around, and man, even after the top 10 inversion, it was really fun watching you take to the track here today, Nico. Do you have anybody you'd like to shout out or makes this all happen?
You for broadcasting,
Woohoo!
Joe Rainey for putting the league on, Warren for making the league bigger, inviting more people, Mom, Dad, everyone that comes out and races with us, and everyone that makes it fun.
Well, thank you, Nico, there. That means a lot to me as well as I bet it does everybody else who you were thanking there. Hopefully I'm able to bring you some real-life broadcasts coming up in the Apex Motor Club for real-life racing there. Well, we're working things out here behind the scenes, but if it does happen, I cannot wait. And also, those vinyl stickers, they're on their way, man.
All right, that's going to be cool.
Well,
I need to get a couple of those for the 86 guys.
Yeah, man, Warren, I got you too, and that's just gonna about do it here for me up in the booth. Warren, unless you have anything else to add, I got to go catch my flight back home.
Yeah, I guess I'll get on that plane. Also, come back to California. A little bit nicer than Ohio.
Oh yeah, just a little bit, right? Alrighty, well, appreciate everybody once again joining here on Stam Studio Network. Warren, I appreciate you joining up in the booth. Joe Rainey, everything you do behind the scenes. Colby brothers, nice job tonight. Darren, Colby, nice job to you as well as every single racer. From the bottom of my heart, Sean Stam up here in the booth. Have a great rest of your night and take care.